All right, here we are in the marathon menu, and it looks pretty nice. I play this on mouse and keyboard, so if any of you play this on controller, let me know how it was. I had some input issues on day one with my mouse, but I had these same issues in the alpha release. How to fix it? I had to turn off my game capture in OBS for it to work, which is crazy. Now, some people had issues with Discord and Streamlabs and blah, 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 but the fact that that was still an issue from last time is also crazy. Either way, they did fix it. All is good. So here we are, the server slam. The server slam. Wow, wow, wow. What to say? I have my coffee. I've been really thinking long about this. Let me see how many hours I have played in this game. So I have about 13 hours played in the server slam and a couple hours with one person as a duo, but predominantly the first day I played as a trio, and then on Friday and Saturday I played as a solo, and it was really, really challenging. Soloing this game with, starting out and not having the best shields and not having the best equipment and gear, it is really, really rough. And I've been thinking, it's kind of hard to compare this game to Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders and Marathon are two completely different games. The only thing they have in common is that they're both an extraction shooter, and they have AI or bots, but it's just a completely different experience. I have to say, I've been thinking a lot about this, and originally I thought this was a PvP VPEV PvE PvP PvE. Oh my goodness. I thought it was PvP first and then having some PvE, but actually it's more PvE with mixed up PvP. It's actually a heavily PvE game, and I didn't even think about that until I realized later on I'm getting destroyed by bots left and right. Wow, I got destroyed more by bots than other players. So does that qualify this game as more of a PvE game with a little bit of PvP? I had really good interactions with other players. It was pretty solid.
Learn to hit a shot.
Hello.
Oh man, you got my ass on that one. Okay.
I don't know, is there revive in this game or no?
Oh no, you got my ass. You got my ass.
They're the first talker. Well, one of them. Nobody talks. Anyways,
Yeah, never.
GG.
GG.
Now that's what I'm talking about. That's a nice sore. That's not a sore loser. Now, a lot of people, including myself at first, you kind of complain about the UI, but after you take some time to get used to it, it's actually not that bad. You can kind of press anything. It can take you to your loadout. You can customize. Usually when there's like a number here, it'll tell you what you can customize, and it'll glow bright green, and then you'll press on it, and let's see, I have stuff on this one, so then you'll do this, and then if there's any other styles, you'll press space bar for me because I'm using mouse and keyboard, and then you have to equip it that way. And then there's some stickers, but the stickers can only be used for so many weapons. Ooh, what's this? This is where is this? What is this? Oh, that's another sticker. There's also charms for some guns. I don't have a charm, so I don't know what to say about that. But yeah, it's not that bad. And then you backspace, and then we're back to the shells, and the shells can be different colors. I have two different options for the triage. I don't have everything. I just know that that's the assassin, and the vandal is like my favorite character. I never tried the thief, so maybe I should do some thief runs before this shuts off. I love the vandal, and I have some options here for customizing because I love the vandal because I can get out of dodge really quick. But I have to say, all of the different runner shells are actually a lot of fun in their own little ways. I really love the medic, which is the recon. I really am curious to see like the different colors for like the melee weapon, and this is my profile. I think it's pretty cool. So All right, so that's how you do that. You go to your shells, you pick the shells you want. If you want to go to your vault, you go here and check out everything you have. This is everything I have right now. And when you hover over it, like anything, you can sell it. It tells you what you do with it and what it is. It's actually pretty straightforward once you get used to it. Here's your armory if you want to buy stuff. This is the free kits. And each free kit is different per contract. So that's interesting. So it's not bad. Then you go to your crew contracts and you can see all the contracts in your crew, right? So I'm working on this one, they're working on that one, they're working on that one. And then when you go in the game and you press M for map or whatever it is on your controller, you can actually see what everybody else is working on. And I really like that little detail. I really like how you can kind of see everybody's goals in the game. You can't do that in Arc Raiders, and I should stop comparing it to Arc Raiders, but I just like that little detail. I think it's nice when you're in a game, you open map, and it's like, oh, this is, because you usually have to tell the people in your team, oh, this is the quest I'm working on. But in this game, you know what everybody's goal and objective is, and I really appreciate that little detail. All right, so yeah, and when you want to go into the game, you press prepare, you pick the maps. I thought Outpost was going to be available. I don't know if it was. Maybe I missed it. But there was only Perimeter and Dire Marsh. And then there's a Perimeter Beginner. But I don't have that anymore. So it's not that bad. You get used to it. And yeah, it's actually pretty... Once you get used to the loadout or the UI, it's really not that bad. And this kind of tells you what everything is. Consumables, equipment, ammo, mods, implants, cores, salvages, sponsored kits. It's actually really not bad at all. And then I love how it says loadout value number. So you can kind of see your entire vault. This is also awesome. We don't have that option in Arc either. And again, I'm not trying to compare this game to Arc Raiders. You know, it's hard not to, but like, again, they're so different. They're such different games. So the UI, once you get adjusted, it's really not that bad. You hover over here, you can also press F, and this is also where you can check your Steam information, custom profile. There's so many different ways to get to different things. Now, apart from that, I've seen people complain about all the different fonts and stuff, but I don't really have a problem with that. Maybe it's just me. I think it looks good. That's just me. I don't really see any nitpicking with fonts. Now, here we are, we're in our contracts, right? So there's all these, there's like what, 6 of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, all 6 different contracts. And this is where you would go to upgrade each contract, and you can kind of pick and choose based on how much money you have. And it tells you what it does. I'm working on this one, or I was, because I wanted more Vault Rows. So there's so much to work towards. And then when you unlock a new contract, it has more story to the lore, like lore to the story, more story to the lore, bada boo, bada bee. Like, it's actually pretty in depth to, like, everyone's been saying they want like a campaign with Marathon, which would be really cool. But if you really do like lore, there's actually a ton of lore in this. Each time you unlock something, there's a new character coming out. You have Oni on here. There's so much to like learn. Then you have Gaius. I'm not sure if I'm saying their name right. And then I have this one unlocked. I have Arachne unlocked. This one was really cool. There's so much lore, actually. So if you're into that, maybe you'll like this game. So I have yet to try Recon. I really enjoy the Vandal. I really like the Assassin. I really like the Triage, so that I can actually like have some help medically, because I'm not that good at the game yet, because I don't have I don't have good gear right now. I don't have that much good gear. However, this adds a little bit more green shield to my, this adds a little more to my shield, so this also helps me a bit. So this is actually not that bad of a loadout for a little beginner, but I'm gonna like drop a few things. I'm gonna put that here. This ammo crate, I love the ammo crate. I actually want to try out this right now. I haven't used any grenades before, so I'm gonna try that. I add this so that I have a little more green shield, and then I have consumables which help me. And yeah, so all this stuff, self-revive is an awesome thing, actually. I haven't used that yet, but I'm gonna put that in here although I might need it, not even lying. And then what I also like is when you hover over things, like the UI is really not that bad when you get used to it. So when you hover over this, it tells you exactly where it goes. And then when you read it, you can see what it does, right? So then you hover over this one and it tells you what that does. And then you can decide, do I want this over that? It's really actually not that hard once you get used to it. So I just want to help anyone out who's struggling with the UI. It's actually not that bad. And then, I mean, everything is pretty self-explanatory. At first, it's like, whoa, it's incredibly overwhelming. But like anything, just give it some time, take some time to go through it, read a little bit, and you're gonna figure it out. Trust me. It's really not that hard. So, yes, so I'm gonna put some of these. I need lots of stuff. And I like how everything says how much it is. Like, the UI actually has a lot of beneficial things. Another thing right here, if you hover over this, it has a little eye on this little, what is this, unstable diode. I need those for, I think I was working towards getting something. I forget what, but you can track items. So let me go back to my crew contract. And I think it was in here. Go to upgrades. Yeah, it was in here. So I want to expand my inventory. So I'm working on tracking all of these. So I'm tracking these. So I need unstable diodes. I have some, and some unstable gunmetal. I always thought those were rocks. So that's what I was tracking. That's why there's a little eye there. So then I go back to my vaults to see if it's still tracking. Yeah, see, it's still tracking. So it's once you get used to it, it's not that bad. Seriously. And then I'm actually gonna switch that, put that in there, just click it, clickety click, have that one. Another thing to keep in mind, just keep in mind that when you're going in, what I do like about this game, and some people may not appreciate this because they might get frustrated, but you cannot bring, let's say you have a friend, then they couldn't find a backpack. So then you're like, let me bring you an enhanced backpack. You go in the game, you drop it for your friend. They use it in the game, and they can use anything you drop. They can use anything you drop. And then you guys exfil. When you exfil, this will come back to the person who brought it in, stopping somebody else from having or being able to have money. So it's keeping, they're kind of like, which I really appreciate. Because in Arc Raiders, you can bring in so much stuff, so many valuables. So like blueprints is a prime example. And I just been thinking a lot when you do the expedition in Arc Raiders, and then you have your friends and people bring you blueprints so that you have it because you have this like fear of never finding it. The whole purpose of doing the expedition is replaying the game, re-looking for the blueprints, having that like hit of dopamine or whatever, dopamine, trying to like find the blueprints. So why even do the expedition in the first place if you just want people to bring stuff for you? I don't know. I just feel like this not allowing people to let another account gain loot value or money or profiting off somebody else's work of finding things, I really like that little feature. Maybe some other people won't. That's just me. Like, I think every person needs to gain up on their own. But if you're in a team, obviously you're working together. But I'm saying when you find something and you exfil with it and it's yours and you go back in, I just don't think I don't know. I just like, it's cool that your teammate could use it in the moment, but it goes right back to your inventory because you're the one who brought it in. So no one can like gain more money. I don't know. I think that's a little cool feature. It's really actually thoughtful of trying to prohibit other accounts from gaining a lot of value from another account. So let's go in and I'm going to do perimeter. I actually really like perimeter over Dire Marsh. Before I do that, I know there's a lot. This may be like a dull video, but there's a lot to talk about. So one more thing before I go into a game. Dire Marsh, okay? There is something we need to talk about. Quest. So you go, I think it is here, this quest, the Dire Marsh hack at UESC terminal in intersection bioresearch or complex. Defeat the responding commander and take their shipping manifest, then scan the indicated container before it's transported. You have to do all 3 of these things in a single run. But here's the thing. And I had this issue. You can't do it if another player reached the hack terminal before you. Think about that. You work your butt to go to this area and somebody's already hacked it, and you can't do anything about it. Why is that a thing? Why? I don't think somebody else doing a quest and working on a quest should affect your personal quest either. I'm not a fan of that. Every time I went to this quest multiple times in a row, and there was multiple people trying to do this quest, and we all ended up taking each other out. I actually tried helping somebody out because I realized they already hacked the terminal, so what can I do? Why should I take them out for it? In that case, I was just helping them, which is kind of a cool interaction, but still ridiculous.
20 minutes remaining.
Shit, someone's been here! I guess you can't do the quest.
Reinforcements incoming.
Oh, they died. Am I next? Yep, I'm leaving. I want to loot. You don't know what I've been through, Momo. I have to do 3 steps in a single run, and it's impossible. This is definitely like a trio thing, because this is crazy. I bet you somebody's already been there. I bet you somebody's already been there. Oh, my mic was on. Oops. Okay. No! Dude! Now nobody can have it. I'm just gonna stay here and see if somebody comes. It's taking me out! Help! Help! Leave me! So another thing is, there's so much to talk about, seriously, I'm sorry. Another thing is the time to kill. The time to kill is a massive conversation. And at first for me, right now at least, I feel terrible. I feel like when I go in soloing, the game was meant for a trio, so it's like horrible. You're dying from bots, you bring in loot, you die. It's really, really hard as a solo player. But the more I think about it, I'm just like, okay, let's look at the bigger picture. I don't have, this is actually, for me, I have a little bit of help. This is not that bad. This is just an okay beginner backpack, right? It's an okay gear loadout. But when you're first starting, your shields are so low, you will die so fast. And I think because of right now where I am in the game, the time to kill feels tremendously low. I think I need to give the game, I think everybody needs to give the game a little more time to gear up a little more and have better equipment, and then be like, okay, the time to kill is too fast still, but I think you should wait until you have a little bit better gear to judge the time to kill. I think at the beginning stages of any extraction shooter or any game, especially extraction shooter, it's kind of hard to stay alive. So yeah, I do think that the bots are a little OP, and I think they need to maybe that's what I would prefer them to do, not touch the time to kill, because that changes when you have more gear, but maybe tone down a little bit of the bots, which is kind of crazy. It's crazy because there's an issue with Arc Raiders where the time to kill is a little slow. So when you're in these fights, you get third partied pretty quickly. So I'm wondering if they did touch the time. Like the time to kill in this game is pretty good to the point where you don't and shouldn't be getting third partied very often. And I really didn't get third partied very often in this game, but only a couple times, but it really wasn't that big of a deal. Anyways, that's just what I'm thinking. Maybe don't touch the time to kill, maybe touch the bots. Maybe the bots are just crazy ridiculous. So there's some things they need to adjust to make this game a little more fun for solos. I am strictly speaking about soloing this game because it is so challenging. It is so challenging. Like, this game was meant for you to play with 3 people. And technically you can, you know, they kind of encourage it because when you go here, you know, I'm picking the map. Oh, I need to pick a contract. Defeat runners without dying. Okay. All right. Poor runners. Wait, nope. It has crew fill. So I don't want that on. So I'm going to solo. I mean, it says what it is. Crew fill, like they want you to play as a three people. I mean, it even forbids you to, not forbids you, but it warns you. It's saying disabling crew fill when solo means your crew will not be filled with match-made players and you will encounter only other solo runner crews, which is great, but going solo is a more challenging experience. They're letting you know that it is more, oh, I know. I guess what's unfortunate is I kind of wish solo had a different run experience with bots versus trios, but I don't know if that's a possibility. I don't know. Maybe I'm asking too much. All right, so let's try run. But yeah, I really like soloing games. Solo is fun for people who just want to relax. They don't have anybody to play with for a little bit or at all. So I really feel like when you have a game, the solo portion of that game needs to be really good. And so far, this is just really challenging. I had a completely better experience in a party of 3. All right, we're on a solo run. I will say, the gunplay is so fun. The game feels good. Like once I got the input issue fixed, the game feels so good. The gunplay's fun. All right, let's see. Look at the map. We have a few minutes until the exfil starts. And here it tells you what you're looking for. You can find here. So exfil loads in 5 minutes. And then I'm looking for this. It's really cool because it shows you your tracker here. And then you can look. Now, if you're in a team, it'll show everybody's contract. So you can kind of read your teammates and what they need to work on, which is awesome. But I really like the feature of seeing on the map where you can find your things you're looking for. So I'm right here. I'm going to go here and look for the little eyeball stuff. All right, let's go. I do think the game looks pretty good. A lot better than it did in the alpha. I try everything I possibly can. I try everything I possibly can to not fight bots. Now I'm just looking for the loot. I'm looking for loot, but also if a runner is here, I think I need to take him out and exfil and live to complete my task. Ooh, perfect. What do you know? Nice. Awesome. This is good. This is good. I'm already finding the little eyeball stuff. I will say, if you're into games that are like kind of like eerie and spooky, this game is so much like it's pretty fun if you like playing like mouse. What was that noise? It sounded like someone was coughing. Yes. Honestly, if I can exfil, this will be a very successful run. But the chances of exfilling is very low for me. Anybody there? What the flying fuck? Okay, this game's creepy. I'm being followed. closing the doors behind me probably doesn't help me because they're so loud. So people will definitely hear it if they're nearby. Oh, I don't think I can get up there. No. If I had the other character, I could. Oh, someone's been here. I do need to take him out. Do you like the game? Okay, well, GG. Good luck. I'm so sorry. May all odds be in your favor. I don't care. Ooh. Ooh. That. And we're good. Oh my goodness. Which one do you open? This is like a loot box room. See, that's an example of someone like just not using their mics. Another thing is, I do struggle with seeing if it's a, you know, an actual player or a bot sometimes. So,
Signal recall window closes in 20 minutes.
alright, I'm right here. I'm gonna go to this exfil. Get out of here. The game feels really good on M&K. Alright, hopefully I can survive. Now, the thing with exfilling in this game is 85% of the time, someone's gonna be there. It's a very high percentage that someone's gonna be there. Where's the exfil? What is this? That's not the exfil. Let's go there. Where's it? What? What the heck? Oh, I have to remove it. Alright. There. Let's go that way. That was my other ping. It just was stuck. Now in solo, you have to be really, you have to be a sleuth. Really sneaky. Very sneaky. Oh, no. Stay away from those things. These things, shoot them down. I don't want to make any noise right now, but if you shoot that before you pass it, you won't get, like, destroyed by nasty flower chemicals or whatever. And I don't have... I'm not sure I have any of the things I need. Actually? Yeah, I do. I think those red packs help you clean yourself from the toxic chemicals. Alright, I'm gonna go up here and exfil. I worked so hard. This will help me. If I do live, I will complete a quest in my contract. But the chances of exfilling are pretty challenging soloing, so let's see if I can do it. There's a ladder here, so I gotta watch my back. Alright. Hopefully I can make it. If I make it, this will be a really successful run. Make sure no one... This is like, the thing is, you have to be so careful. Anyone can pop out from anywhere. Also, different bots, like the more challenging the bot is, the better the loot is. So you do get a pretty amount of good loot when you take out the more difficult bots, by the way. We did it! Oh my god, we did it! Let's go! Let's go! And then you can kind of see, before you go back to your menu, where someone was or whatever. That was pretty successful. That was pretty successful. Alright. Alright, and then okay, my inventory value wasn't very good, but I did what I needed to do. Alright. This is all my loot. And also, when you die, it shows you everything you lost, which sucks. So now you have this like green button, or one. You go to your codex, challenge, and then everything's highlighted, so it's really easy to get to. And then, you know, you do this. Go here, and then everything's highlighted, and it unlocks it when you press that. So, and then it tells you all the things you're working towards. And every time you unlock something, a lot of times you'll get like... So we'll go to Vault. Usually customize has like a lot of unlockables, but right now I didn't get anything. So that was pretty successful. Now let's go to my my crew contract and go back to this. I was working on these. So I need a lot. I need 22 and I need 12, and I only have 8 and 10 and more money. I'm poor. So that's kind of an example of like the quest and, you know, tracking items and looking for things you want to work on. So this is only just one. This is just one contract. You have all of this to do. All of this. And once the game is out March 5th, you'll have so much stuff to do. I will say, I do think there's going to be I bet you there's going to be a store. I just don't see anything like that here in it. So maybe that'll be added in the game. But at the same time, like, I have to say, I have no interest. If I do buy, I haven't bought the game yet, but let's say I wanted to buy it. I'm still not like fully convinced to buy this game because I don't know. I'm just not convinced yet. And that, I don't know if that's a good thing or bad. I don't know. It's not a good thing to the game, to Bungie, but what do you guys think? Are you going to buy the game yet? I'm not sure. Like, I really, really enjoy it. I'm just not sure yet. And I'm kind of on the edge of whether it's worth it or not. Let me know what you guys think. I think this game's a lot of fun when you're playing with other people. Because, like, the solo experience is very, like, spooky. But I'm still having fun. But if I'm dying as much as I was on the first day, you know, it's kind of hard to say. I think the more I play this game, the better I'll get. And the more exfils I'll have. And, you know, the more gear you get, the better experience it is. But overall, there's a lot of lore. For the lore fans out there, there's so much to work towards. There's a lot to do. And yeah, so I don't know. That's just my thoughts right now. I did share a lot. I talked a lot, probably too much, but it's a pretty simple video. It's just, you know, there's a lot to think about with this game, but the UI is not that hard once you get used to it. And then right here, that's my level right now. That's my level. However, what I don't know is how many levels there are in total. That I'm not sure. If anyone knows, comment down below. But yeah, so far, I've been having a good time. Really enjoying this. I did play a couple games of the Rook. I think it was like Saturday. And that was a lot of fun. You just go in, you're a scavenger, you look for stuff, and you get out. The only thing is you cannot work on your quest, which makes sense. So that's kind of a chill mode. I like playing the Rook. It's a lot of fun when you just want to just go in and play and not care so much. So it's cool. And then if you die as a Rook and you have good loot, it is what it is. You know, you went in with nothing and you go out with nothing. It's not a big deal. You know what I mean? So the Rook is actually a pretty fun aspect to this game. And then if you actually like get good loot and you actually exfil, it's a win-win. So the rook's a pretty good option. It's fun, especially if you want to practice your PvP. I would recommend everybody playing the rook when they're trying to figure out how to play the game. But if you want to level up, you will not level up as the rook. Like I'm talking about if you want to complete quest. So just keep that in mind. Anyways, lots to do in this game. The game comes out March 5th, so there's going to be new maps or more maps when the game launches. I don't know how many maps, though. I generally don't. And I'm assuming you're going to have to unlock them all. So I'm curious to see that. But I'm still not sure if I'm going to get the game yet. So let me know what you think. Are you getting Marathon? Did you play the server slam? Did you have fun? What are some things you would like to see changed? Positive vibes, please. Positive vibes. It's just a video game. We're here to have fun. If you didn't like the game, then I respect that. And thanks for stopping by. You know, nothing else to say. Just positive vibes. It's tough times for people out there in the world. So let's just have fun playing games. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. And if anyone is excited for Marathon coming out on Thursday, comment down below how excited you are. But yeah, the server slam was pretty successful for me. I had a good time. I died a lot, but I learned a lot. I learned a lot about the game. I figured out how to use the UI. And once you get used to it, it just becomes more fun. So sometimes you just got to give things a chance. All right, so have a great day. Thank you for watching the video. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Jay out.